What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on fantasyfootballscout.co.uk. Today we are having a look at a game week 37 free hit draft for any of you looking to play your free hit, but just general players to talk about, general players that I'll be looking to target and own going into game week 37. Of course, the final double of the season for Chelsea, for Brighton, for Manchester City, and for Manchester United as well. Before we dive in, if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and you subscribe if you have not already. Diving in, we're going to start in goal. We're going with David De Gea as our goalkeeper. 5.1 million partnered with Iverson. Iverson, of course, not going to play, but we have the double for David De Gea. They do have Bournemouth, followed by Chelsea, one away fixture against Bournemouth, and then the home fixture against Chelsea. They do look pretty good defensively, particularly at home. The reason I haven't gone with the likes of Ederson in here is because if Manchester City do win against Chelsea, they will be crowned Premier League champions on Sunday, which means that they may rotate against Brighton in the second game, and we have seen Ederson drop out in previous seasons once they've already claimed the Premier League title. The likes of Ortega or the likes of Scott Carson could get some minutes. We've gone with David De Gea just because I think he's known to start both games. Moving into defence, Bueno is going to sit on your bench. He's just the cheap option, so we don't really need to cover him. The cheapest there is just to save a little bit of money. Then in the defence, first of all, we have Pervis Estupiñán, the man that is Pervis Estupiñán. The haul of 17 points against Arsenal in game week 36, still with a game to go. Southampton at home and Manchester City as his double in game week 37. Happy with him. Just one of the Brighton defenders. We're not doubling up because we are looking to add two of their attackers as well into this draft. 4.9 million is still a great price to be playing to him. Then we have Luke Shaw next. Now, you could save a little bit of money and go with Lindelof. However, Luke Shaw back at left back looks like another really good option and looks like he's going to finish the season on a high. And we saw that in game week 36 when he played back at left back, getting up that left-hand side, getting 3 bonus points as well, despite getting a yellow card in that match as well. So playing at left back, Luke Shaw is going to be a great asset, and one I've already got my eye on for the start of next season, looking at into his price as well. And finally, a single game week player we have is Trent Alexander-Arnold in your starting defence. He does only have Aston Villa at home, but we saw again from Liverpool in game week 36 with Trent coming in with a goal, a clean sheet and a bonus point as well, what he is capable of doing. So happy to have him despite no double game week. He's the only single game week player in this draft. Now, our first sub is going to be Thiago Silva of Chelsea, and you can decide whether you start Thiago Silva or Trent Alexander-Arnold in this draft. If you want to go all out on double game week players, then play Thiago Silva. However, Manchester City away and Manchester United away combined is not a great double game week, plus the attacking threat's not there. So he's going to sit first sub, with Trent Alexander-Arnold being your third starting defender. Moving into midfield, so there is actually no Mo Salah in here. Now, you could easily do Kevin De Bruyne to Mo Salah if you do not think Kevin De Bruyne is going to play both in the double game week, but I have built a draft that's really looking to attack this week. Again, if you have the money spare, just do De Bruyne to Mo Salah potentially, or you could upgrade Raheem Sterling to him, and we'll talk about Sterling in just a minute. But have in your mind that this draft has been put together for those with a free hit, really trying to attack non-template picks this week. So we have gone with a double Manchester City midfield in Riyad Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne to combine with, of course, the Erling Haaland, who is going to be in this and captain of this free hit draft. We have gone with De Bruyne. Again, he didn't start in game week 36. Should start in the Champions League. And then I think Chelsea and Brighton are two games that Pep will want to play De Bruyne in. However, if they have won the Premier League, there is that potential for rotation, particularly in that second match. But I do think it's worth punting on De Bruyne if you can't afford him. Then we've gone with Riyad Mahrez. Again, he's not necessarily starting every game, but he's ticking along points nicely on that right-hand side. He might not start both, but if he starts one and gets minutes in the other, he's definitely able to get a couple of returns. So 7.4 million. Again, with the low amount of teams that have a double this week, I think it's worth punting on him as my third Manchester City asset. We've gone with Bruno Fernandes. At the moment, we don't know whether Marcus Rashford is going to be back fit and available for game week 37. So he's not in this draft at all. If you did find out that Marcus Rashford was going to be back, you could easily do Rashford in for Fernandes or in for Sterling potentially and sell one of your Manchester United defenders. I would want Rashford if he's going to be available, but we don't know yet at time of recording if he's going to be back fit and available. Mitoma stays in over McAllister as our Brighton midfielder, 5.7 million for him. He looks great. The points haven't been there, but the performances still have. And finally, we've gone with Raheem Sterling. The man just scored 2 goals at home to Nottingham Forest in game week 36. Yes, it's very different to playing Manchester City and Manchester United both away, but we only have one Chelsea player in this starting 11, and we have decided to punt on Raheem Sterling as a little bit of a differential in this draft. Then we move up front. Erling Haaland, of course, is in there with his double. I do expect he's one of the players most likely to play both for Manchester City in the double game week. Greenwood is going to sit last on your bench. He did actually start for Leeds at the weekend, but still, I don't think he'll start in the upcoming games, given he was taken off at half-time. And the final one to complete the Brighton triple up is Enciso. 4.6 million, did score against Arsenal. Did pick up a slight knock, so worth just keeping an eye on that one. But I do think he might not play against Newcastle and be back again for the Southampton fixture, which is really the fixture you're looking to target if you are buying Brighton players on your free hit. They then, of course, play Manchester City at home. But I do like him. You could go with Evan Ferguson as well at the same price. But with the likes of Danny Welbeck and Undav performing well, I did go and see so because he looks like he's nailed down that right wing spot. So that is the squad, looking at exactly who you'd start in your team this week. So Iverson on the bench, Bueno on the bench, and Greenwood on your bench. And then you decide between David Silva and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then you'd play a 3-5-2. Personally, I'd play Trent over David Silva. Again, a few punts in here to try and maybe gain a little bit when you're playing your free hit, rather than just going straight in for the big template picks, like we have with Salah, like you might have with Rashford in there as well if he is fit. So trying to go against that to help you maybe have some differentials if you need to chase rank and need to chase up your mini leagues as well with just 2 game weeks to go. So that is my game week 37 free hit draft. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if there's anything you'd change. Is Sterling too big a punt, or is anyone on free hit looking to buy him, or anyone not on free hit trying to get any Chelsea players into your team this week? Thank you all so much for watching. If you do like FPL videos, go and check out my own channel, FPL Harry, on Twitter and on YouTube. There should be a link above and a link in the description down below. Like and subscribe before you go, and I'll be back again next week.